I have passion for truth. I strive to investigate and advocate where injustice finds no rest, ensuring that fairness and integrity prevail in every case.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? This is your host of Investigate and Navigate, Jedediah Brown. We're here, injustice finds no rest. And I'm so excited and I'm so fortunate today to have the distinct honor of interviewing our guest that is going to be coming on the screen in just a moment. But I need to pause because I see we're having a technical issue. What is that? Oh no, we're not. There it is. Okay. So first of all, thank you guys for being here tonight. I want to give a shout out to our resources, investigative advocating and organizing. I definitely want to put a lot of sauce and love on my For the Culture family. And I am appreciative for our viewers on both Facebook and on YouTube tonight. What we're going to be doing here in just a moment is bringing up a man that I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to hear from and actually see. I haven't had the pleasure and the honor of really having an in-depth conversation with the newly elected mayor of the village of Dalton, Illinois. And so today will actually be my first time having an opportunity to actually having a true conversation with the man himself. The last time that we had the new mayor of Dalton, Jason House, on this screen, he was a trustee and a candidate for the role that he is now duly elected to. Let me do this because again, I'm seeing an issue. Are you all able to see me and hear me clearly over here on Facebook and YouTube? If that is the case, could you please put a 1 in the chat? Because if not, we got to fix that. We have not had this problem all day. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys clearly see me? Put a 1. Okay, so that answer is yes. Thank you all so much for allowing me to know that. Okay, so, but before I get to that, and I don't want to sully the moment or soil it with bad energy, but I do want to tell the young man, Mr. Deshay, we weren't talking about you in the last broadcast. We were talking about Minion. But we're going to go right past that. And what I'm going to say is today, of course, just like every other day, there's no shortage of excitement over here. And I'm just definitely blessed. And I'm so proud that this man will make some time out of his, I'm sure, extremely busy schedule to come over here and talk to us and to give us an update, because he is, if I'm not mistaken, at least 2 weeks away from his first 100 days in office as the newest mayor of the village of Dalton. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without any more delay, please welcome Mayor Jason House. How you doing, sir? Good evening.
I'm doing wonderful. How you been, Jed?
Phenomenal. I'm absolutely phenomenal.
Love it.
How does it feel waking up as the mayor?
It feels amazing. You know, we've been working towards trying to keep a continuation of previous, because I think the trustees and myself, we had to work really, really good together along with the community. And I know there's been some tears that hopefully we can start to repair. But I mean, overall, I think everybody's worked well together, and we really just keep pushing forward. We're uncovering some old mess, and we're starting to bring civility, and we're writing that path on changing the narrative, which we said we would do.
That's absolutely exciting. Before we get into all that, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that are changing, I want to try to jump back to something. I want to know, was this poetic for you? So after all of these situations and this fighting and this running the campaign, once you're elected then a pope is elected who comes from your city.
Well, it's and no pun intended, but it's a blessing, you know. So we really get that revelation, and it's the perfect timing where you got a new energy coming in, and you have residents who have said for time and time again that last administration did not represent the community. So to get that news and just show that great things come out of Dalton, the path we're going forward, and we just want to continue living up to positive affirmations, the community we really are, and that's it for us.
But did you kind of feel like it was like God? Was it a sign? Was it anything for you at any time? Like the timing of this is interesting.
I would love to feel like that, to feel that it is. It must be. I mean, the universe works, and the universe works the way it's supposed to. So you got to take some bad moments and to reevaluate, and then you look for your good moments and really highlight and celebrate.
Absolutely. Mayor House, getting into the seat, you already with that same situation had a challenge, and that was a small debate about buying the Pope's house. Um, how was that process until you got to the point where you was able to get it done?
The process was it was new. I think our team tackled it together, and I think it's a good problem. It's a good problem to have. Where before we talked about transparency and just fighting to get the right things done, and now whether there's agreement or disagreement. We're talking about potential economic development for the community, proper recognition of Pope Leo, an amazing, amazing man. So while it might not be, we may not have pleased everyone, and we're not here, we're not going to be able to please everybody. We wanted to make sure we did things transparently. There was even debate over whether or not we were trying to steal the home from the gentleman. We just were trying to strike a fair deal, while at the same time getting it down to a place that is affordable to the community. And I think we did a good job at accomplishing both.
The deal is done. You all got the house, but out of curiosity, any conversations with the Pope or the Vatican? Have you ever got the opportunity to talk to
Oh man, I would love to. I would love to. Right now only spiritually, only spiritually. And God willing, it'll be a reality not only for myself but for our great community as well.
That would be great. So I guess the thing that I'm really asking you is how challenging has it been for you coming in as a new mayor? Is it what you expected?
I think it is what we expected. Of course, there's every day the phrase that keeps coming up is you don't know what you don't know. So there are things that'll kind of creep up from the previous administration, and as we go on and on, that'll be a thing of the past. So we want to make sure we build the right team. We continue to work together. I really, I think probably one of the bigger challenges is that of course, we all unified collectively. Everybody worked well, and some unified because there's synergy. Some unified against the oppression that we faced. And now coming into the new regime, there's still this kind of trying to make sure everybody keeps that same vision and focus, so that we can continue to really, really build and work with each other. I think that's been one area that I want to make sure that we keep at the forefront, and really highlight the great things that Dalton has to offer.
I asked a resident or somebody a little earlier who described the way things are going now as good, unified, and boring.
We, it depends on what kind of excitement you want. You
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
well, for the resident, yes.
but the chaos, the media, the social media, all of that is over. Like,
God willing, that means we're doing our job. We want to have PG rated fun. That the fun that we were having it wasn't even fun. The chaos was a byproduct of necessity. But I still continue to say that I speak so proudly of everybody that stood up and unified, because in our scenario it felt necessary to match energy. We're appreciative of our community, and I say our community, our global community, not just residents of Dalton, but everybody who came and stood together against a lack of transparency and what's perceived to be fraud. I'll say perceived just to make sure that I cover all bases. But yeah, so I mean, in that case, it was necessary, and now we want to keep things just focused on the business at hand, focused on correcting correcting wrongs, making people whole that weren't whole before, and really being doing good government.
Okay, so I gotta ask Mayor House because of everything we experienced. Was she stealing? You see the books now. How bad is it?
It's bad. I'll tell you that. You know, the one thing that one of the first for the first month and a half, I'll get emails from people that say, "Oh, congratulations! I'm so proud you won." And by the way, you owe our company $400,000. So I got numerous messages like that, and then I'll reply back. I say, "Well, I don't think your congratulations was genuine, but we're going to look into all the money that we owe you.
Okay.
If we owe you, we still got to figure out how to make it right, and that's what we're working on."
But I guess what I'm asking is that in you looking at the books now as a mayor, is it different from what you oh wait, you didn't know as a trustee? I was wondering if the books were different once you actually got to see them than when you saw whatever you saw, bills lists and things as a trustee. Was it drastically different?
Not well. Mostly different because we're starting, and I'll say we're still starting to get access. We were able to successfully, I think, Trustee Belchar and our administrative finance team were able to push forward and get we were behind from 2022 on audits. We got 1 year of audits completed. So we're going backwards 2 and 3 years to be able to create the right picture of what's going on today. So we have to recreate 3 years ago and also operate in a real time today, which presents a challenge. But we've been managing, and I would say within the next 6 to 8 months we'll be much more current and have better information. So our data is still flowing, it's oncoming, but at least now we have access to much of the information. Now, what was we said as trustees, and it's proved to be true, is that all the documentation is not there. So there definitely are many months where we have credit card purchases that no receipts are there. So the things that were reported in Lori's report is very true. Even when she would say didn't have access to it, we still don't, because it's likely the information was never properly stored. And I'll say properly stored as opposed to think. I won't assume that it was damaged, but I mean whatever inferences people want to make. I know there's records that we should have that we don't, and some things we have to recreate. Some things we have to understand that we need to make a plan forward without that information.
So here's something that I want to know because now, as the mayor of Dalton, that means that Tiffany Henyard, Kamal Woods, her parents, they are now residents of your community. So have you run into them? Have you seen your predecessor?
Not. I have not, but as residents of our community, they are entitled to the same great service that we want to give to anybody that lives in our town. So we're turning a page on uh, things that we might feel have been done wrong, and so because we really want to make sure anybody that may have supported Ms. Hinyard or supported myself, everybody is entitled to great service from their community, and that's what we're going to do.
But okay, so but at the transition, you and Tiffany, y'all know you didn't get a concession
Oh,
conversation, a congratulations.
no phone call, no, uh, no mention.
No well wishes, no prayers.
No prayers. But I'm kind of particular about prayers anyway. So uh, it's okay. I give well wishes to everybody. I think there were some people that politics pit us against one another. That I had an opportunity to speak with, and just share that we want to turn the page. We want to move forward in a good light.
Man, House, I don't plan on keeping you here for a long time. I want to kind of sort of rapid fire some of this. You got a new police chief now.
Oh, we are excited. We are so excited. highly qualified, comes from the Illinois Training and Standards Board, and that was a great process that we went through. We had numerous, over 25 applicants that came in, and we're appreciative to everybody who was interested in serving our community. We were able to whittle that down, and they went through 2 rounds of interviews, as well as our HR consultant that assisted with really doing an in-depth search to make sure we got somebody highly qualified that is connected to our community. And September 2nd, please, we would love for everybody to come out to our board meeting on September 2nd, which will be his official swearing in. Chief Jeffrey Chapman already is starting to make his mark, and we know there's much more to come.
Jeff Chapman. I mean, Chief Chapman.
Correct.
Chief Chapman, and I believe that he has some service from the city of Chicago as well.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. So, with that being said, I mean, is there, now that there's this shift in the administration, what are the dynamics like of the police department? Is the morale? How do you think the morale is going? Are things moving the way that you would expect for them to?
Morale, I would say, is improving. I would say that department, we got depleted over time. So for the officers that stuck it out throughout the entire administration, they are to be commended. They had gotten to a place where we had to do mandatory 12-hour shifts. I believe we're still on those, but we are working towards getting away from that. So they're doing at minimum 12-hour shifts every day, tired but still sticking in to do their best for the community. We got to a lower number than anybody would humanly like. Which is why you've seen at the most recent board meetings that we've been successful in hiring 8 police officers over the last few months. They are in training. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Now we have the Chief Chapman at the helm, who will look to enhance our recruiting efforts. So I feel morale, just by virtue of having more people there for relief and to work together and pull one another up. I think that's improving on a team that I really know is passionate and eager to serve the community.
Man, House, have you gone ice skating on Just Ice Rink, and will it keep its name?
I have not gone ice skating. I have walked there. That is the rink itself. Obviously it cost us money that we could not afford. But with the rink being there, we need to find a way to make the best use of it. There are people that are out there that are skating. We just ask that they skate safely, and we want to make the most of maybe some of the things, the money that was not spent with in the best way. But it's here, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna make the most of it.
Well, I think that's pretty good. And I think I've heard you talk about the cohesion of you and the trustees. But now that you're the mayor and not the senior trustee, has the dynamics of you guys' relationship shifted at all?
Not much. Not much at all. I mean, because ultimately there's a difference in maybe the responsibility. It's actually kind of odd for me in the meetings. I'm so used to having a vote when they go, so that when they call the roll, and I'm saying, well, what about me? But I think our dynamic, we learned over the years to work really well together, and everybody on the board has such a special talent that so whether it's a Trustee Belcher with her background with finance and police, Trustee Norwood in housing, Trustee Tammy Brown's just professional and human resources. Can't overlook our clerk Allison Key. Ed Steve does his thing with the videography and communications. Trustee Stan Brown has really been that. Having the opportunity without the strain from the last administration. I think Trustee Stan Brown has been amazingly supportive of a direction to work towards unifying Dolton and really just make things happen. So I think we got the talented board, and just making sure that everybody's using their skills instead of trying to be the one person having the right answer.
And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask, so what about Trustee Andrew Holmes?
Oh, I was I stay on the theme of people of the group that has been working together. Yeah, so Trustee Holmes is still legally appointed and authorized to hold his trustee seat. So he has attended all of the meetings. So uh, he does his trustee activities. He's not been collectively working with the board, and he hasn't been actively working against the board. So it's there's a I guess
Yes, sir.
maybe there's an obvious strain or visible um, uh, lack of cohesion at the moment, and that's where it stands.
And his term will be up in 2027, correct?
Correct.
27. So, I mean, I think that my question becomes if he's still there, and obviously you would have a majority rule of the board that y'all are working cohesively. Well, no, let me ask it this way: uh, is there is there any attempts at trying to open the lines of communication with him, or is he just saying, is he just kind of sort of just being there?
I think. How would I put this? There, I think that strain. I think the last few years created a divide that it's better that we all that for the board members that have worked together that we move forward with what we see to be best fit. And I'm certain that he'll do similarly. He'll make his decisions, but I think that gap had that created has really been is really large.
I think what I'm asking is that if he changes his course and communicates, and I got to ask you a tough question, and he decides he wants to run for reelection, can he earn maybe an endorsement of the group?
Um, Unlikely. Yeah, unlikely. I'm sure. I don't know. He and myself have had our own conversation, which I think should will remain between us. And I don't know what communication he may have had with other board members. And of course, everybody's free to move forward the best way they see fit. But at this time, it's I would say unlikely.
So I think that another thing that people would obviously have in their mind is, since you've been the mayor, have you had any visits from our federal friends? Can you talk about that? Is there still an investigation? Are you cooperating with it? Is it nothing being done? Like where
We've had no visits or nothing like that. I would assume that the investigation is ongoing. I say assume. Should anything come to the village attention, of course we will be highly cooperative because that's our obligation. But we really are we're focused on Dalton being the best it can be, and what steps can we take to enhance. We gotta pay back some people that we owe money to. We got streets to repair. I got trees to get cut down, and I'm reminded frequently of all that we have to do. So that's really our focus and priority.
absolutely. What about the fire department? They need a new fire chief, correct?
We are actively interviewing for a fire chief as well, and we have been for the past, I would say, since we've actually started this administration. So, but we want to make sure that we're prudent, thorough, and get somebody. We want to get it right the first time. What they, I was told before, you hire fast, you suffer slow. So let's make sure that we get the right person in there, and that's where we're working to be thorough on that.
Two more questions come to my mind, Mayor House. And again, I thank you for spending this time with us tonight. I think that one thing that I wondered, you're 2 weeks away from your 100th day. What do you feel? What do you feel like you've accomplished much, or are you still trying to get your bear?
We're actually over 100 days. We got sworn in on May 5th. Yeah, so I say we're approaching 120. I think that I think we definitely have a lot of moments that we're proud of, and we got a lot more to do. So I can't rest until I feel like we've actually achieved the standard. We've turned the corner. We've got a year's worth of audits done. We opened the doors to Village Hall so that residents have access to their home. We've updated and improved our website, which adds a lot more content and makes things a lot more transparent. We've reduced number of lawsuits down by about 45 lawsuits, and we've acquired the home of Pope Leo, or childhood home of Pope Leo, as part of an anchor for our economic development and our path well, one of the paths we see to come forward. Hired a police chief. We've hired 8 police officers. So yeah, I would say we, and I'm always big on saying we because like the things that whether it's our staff are doing, the trustee, the board of trustees, the clerk, everybody really does well at playing their part. So collectively, all these achievements or accomplishments, I think that we really can be proud of. Oh, I didn't talk about the intern program that was run. 10 amazing students came, 9 young men and one young lady. Came for a summer internship that they had that was put on our Facebook page too, as well, just to celebrate the youth and provide an opportunity for them. That was run by our deputy clerk, as well as the 3 scholarships given out to students because of some of our networking with the Southland Black Mayors. I think we have a lot to be proud of in 4 months. And every day I drive around and I see a lot more work to do. We got 4 years and God willing more that we can really show what Dalton is.
Oh, that's right. Now you talking about driving around. So you don't get. Are you in the Tahoe? Are you riding in the Tahoe?
No, I'm not. I specifically said I did not want. I was very particular on saying that, and I also am
I mean,
adamant.
players ride in Tahoes. I ride in the Tahoe. Ain't nothing wrong with the
I
Tahoe.
don't got your kind of money, Jed.
So, Mayor, you drive yourself, or you have
Yes,
really?
absolutely. Well, one of the things we talked about in the campaign, one of the best ways for us to save money, we have to reduce on overtime. The overtime was literally killing us. It cost us upwards of $1 million per year. We got to tighten our belt strap, and if I were to continue with some of the things that I was critical of, that's that is not a pass in the buck. We really are trying to make sure that we're changing the narrative, doing things more responsibly. We don't have it in the budget, and I'm not interested in having it either. To be honest, not for security.
The number one challenge for you as a new mayor right now is what?
Number one challenge, I want to say, I would say right now is making sure that we find new funding sources that do not harm our village. So well, there's grant opportunities out there, of course, but grants come and go. That's not sustainable revenue that you can count on year after year. I mean, so we need to find real funding sources, and I'm primarily looking at our economic development that can attract more to our community, so that way we have repeatable revenue that can rebuild our streets, bring more public safety, and do all of those things without the need to put more burden on our taxpayers who already have suffered so much over the years.
I think that it is a phenomenal thing to have this update. Recently, Dalton was basically talked about in social media. When you see the things that are going on, what is your leadership approach as it relates to handling things that pop up on social media? Like the thing happening today. Do you have an approach to those types of things?
Yeah, well, of course, we look at things that are going on. We vet it. We only work to address things that are directly tied to Dalton and Dalton's benefit. That's one thing because you know the conversations can really run in any direction when you're on when you're on social media. So we want to make sure that, of course, anything that we look at is we have to research it, make sure that see how credible it is, and then make sure that between myself, the board, all of our employees, see did we do the right thing, and if we did, we have to stand on the right thing, and if there's some room for improvement or something that we need to correct, address it and address it swiftly.
If you hire competent people to do a job, let them do it. That is a quote from you as it relates to who you placed into the village. Is that to say that you take a hands off approach? as it relates to departments in the community?
I would say we take a team building approach. I'm engaged, but more from a encouragement standpoint. Because you got people have to have the room to for their great ideas to flourish, and you hire great people, then they're going to come with a lot of ideas, and that has to be encouraged. But at the same time, everybody, myself, trustees, the department heads, everybody has to know what's going on, so that way we know that what we're doing is all part of the vision and the plan. So I'm definitely not micromanaging, but engaged. I think would probably be it.
Um, I um, I want to ask you a question for myself. Often rumor has it that INA brought chaos and drama to the community. So I guess I want to ask you, sir, in your assessment of things, do you feel that the advocacy that I brought, you didn't call me there, but do you feel like the advocacy that I brought, inevitably the organization that was created out of it, Investigate and Advocate, did we help in this village's position and condition at all?
Absolutely. Chaos existed before INA came. I think that what was done is the fight, not always pleasant. Sometimes force things to be dealt with head on, and in many cases is uncomfortable. It's there. There are many times where I'll talk with you, say, "Hey, I know you did that. I wouldn't do that. I couldn't go that far. I wouldn't go in that direction." And it makes some uncomfortable, and at times I will even say it made me uncomfortable. But there's also when you're facing that level of just blatant disrespect for rules and laws. You get sometimes you got to meet people where they stand. So I understand the advocacy you did. I think what I think was really impressive is that within I would say a 2 to 3 week period, you came, you hit the ground running. You knew everybody within the Dalton community within a 2 week period, by just being grassroots and and meeting everybody. I know every encounter wasn't pleasant, but no, I think the advocacy in particular in our case was very helpful. So that would be my statement.
We'll take that. INA, we'll take that. Okay, so Mayor House. People may have not seen the news, or they may not see the intense reporting and visibility in the community. But if people wanted to help with the rebuilding, are there any things for the public to kind of sort of plug into now outside of the things you've already shared?
At the moment, we're asking that everybody possible continue to stay patched into our YouTube, social media pages, any efforts they think that they can assist with. Email the mayor's office. You can do a message straight through our Facebook page with any talents that people can bring to the table. As we get opportunities that come up, we're also posting them on our social media page for. We of course we added some of our commissions, police and fire commission, our zoning commission. I think those were opportunities, and they're going to be more to come because there's a ton of need. We just want to make sure we have the capacity to support everybody that's a part of the movement.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't, kick up a little dust. So, Mr. Mayor, it got to be stressful working all these hours, getting calls, dealing with all the drama. Is there a special somebody, maybe a first lady for the village?
Oh, well, on May 5th, I got married to the village of Dalton.
I thought I was going to get an exclusive.
She
Okay.
is, and I say she is beautiful. She is beautiful.
Okay, I get it. I get it. So y'all, what? I'm sorry. I might have just created a problem for you. Man is still available, y'all. So, well, with that being said, you're not having a driver. What has changed about your life though? Is there any perks to being a mayor except for just trying to solve all the problems? Anything?
Well, it's just a different position. I think there's more it opens a different kind of connection. I would say with the community or with the residents. But I mean, I think we had that as trustees. So obviously the salary is more, the phone calls are more, the need for response is heightened. But I think that, and a lot of my trustee colleagues will say too, for what we experienced over the last 4 years, I would think it's more pride and ownership. I think for 4 years we were all board and the community fighting for inclusion. I think this is our opportunity to take it, but we spent a lot of time and effort in a position that is a part time position. Both mayor, clerk, and trustees are all deemed part time, and everybody put in far more hours than what a conventional part time job. I mean, the mornings, the morning meetings, the networking with other communities, the evenings that we had to. So I think that I think we've done a continuation of where we started. So we got good training, and I think that equipped us better to start moving things forward as quickly or not. So all the things that I listed in the first 120 days, I think we were equipped and prepared to bring some of those things to the forefront.
Amazing. Wait, did you start the day you was elected? I mean, when you was sworn in, you started that day.
Well, that was the first day it was official. Now, yeah, we did the ordinance on Mayor Pro Tem even prior to the swearing in, and that was done out of necessity because there were many functions that were not being done that we needed to. So we have been doing some work even leading up to that.
Oh, so it's over. Okay, well, fine. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to nail down why my 100 days is different from yours. But you should know. You the mayor.
Yes.
I think that a couple things, couple more things come to mind for me, and is I just wonder, like three more questions, Mayor House, and again, I would thank you for your time. The transition with the staff? How was that? I mean, have the people that are working there now been receptive? Is Keith Freeman a good administrator? I don't know where he's at. Is he still there?
Keith Freeman is no longer with the Village of Dalton. So we felt that it was necessary to make a change at that position. I will say that there was a harmonious transition. I think that as he and the board began working together over the past several months, we were able to begin making some changes, and we're just looking at growing and enhancing.
Hold on, man, because I didn't expect that answer. Like, I need some tea. I just need a
You
little
need
bit.
some tea? What do you mean?
How was that conversation? I mean, did he willfully resign? Did you ask him to resign? Like, how was that? I thought. Did he
No,
want to stay? Did he want to stay? Did he show them? Like, how did that go?
no, it was very amicable. Is the word that I would say. Extremely amicable. I think as he began working with the board of trustees, I think everybody. I think we all knew that as the changing of the guard came in, that there would need to be a transition. So it was not as much as you may think that there would be a big blow up and fight and everything else. Extremely professional, conducted things well, and it's funny because I'll go. Sometimes I may go back and look at old board meetings where we were adversaries, and like to the night and day shift that happened. But yeah, I have nothing but positive words to say as during that transition, and did a good handoff to our new village administrator.
Because you have a new village administrator. Wow.
Absolutely, yes.
Was that day one? Did he kind of was that done immediately?
Yeah, our new administrator was hired 2 days after. So if we got sworn in May 5th, it was May 7th. We appointed the new administrator. The former administrator, Freeman, stayed around or gave assistance, I would say, for about 2 months to assist in a smooth transition. And now we're off and moving.
Wowzers. I got to give it to you, man. It appears that, you guys were hit hard by the storms, but reporting is that you guys worked really hard and effective to remove a bunch of trees and to get the community back to a place of stability after those storms. Congratulations. That's something that's being reported to us. How was that?
That's great. Kudos, Public Works team. They those guys work hard. I mean, they work hard every day. They're up 6 in the morning, and in particular, I would say our first few months, well, we've operated with far less equipment than what a standard public works department would have. So there are a couple of chippers that were down. We were able to get repaired. We still have three more three more vehicles that we need to get up and running to be fully functional. So we had some employees that had to go out with hand saws and cut instead of having electric equipment. So our pickup was not as quick as we would have hoped, but they're very thorough and very hardworking to make sure that we're able to do it. And here's the real tricky part in trying to do that is because we have our financial challenges here, we have to do it and do it without overtime. So them
So
getting
ain't
the
no
job
time to
done,
talk right now.
yeah, those guys, the work they're doing, I always I commend our team. We're really working hard.
Awesome. Two more questions, sir, and then I'm done. I think that I want to go back to the skating rink. Will it be renamed, or is it going to stay just ice?
Good question. More than likely renamed.
Well, okay, but it in priority. You got real other things.
Oh yes, we got a lot of other issues out there, but yeah, no, yeah, but that hasn't been finalized. But yeah, if I had to give my encouragement, I think we would change the name.
A lot of people, I would say, became civically engaged who may have not been before, and you have some pretty colorful residents who were very vocal about a lot of the things that they felt. Have they transcended that space? Are they now working more with the administration, collaborating, communicating, working on the board, or have they kind of sort of disappeared? What about some of the most vocal people we've seen? Where are they now?
Many have been working with it. There's God willing, we're not giving any reason for them to be angry or frustrated, but they are still available. They show up and really work their best using whatever skills that they have. So many people are still working collectively together. We get many phone calls, and they come together for all the community events and functions. We still have our tea with the trustees, extremely well attended. They really are just making sure that we keep the line of communication open so that everybody knows what direction we're going in. They still hold the board and myself extremely accountable because just because the days changed, we still have to establish ourselves as a new administration, and the residents want to make sure that if we made a mistake once, that we're not going down the same path, and the board is going to do the same.
Epic. Awesome. Man, Jason House, I'm going to ask you to do me one huge favor before I get off of the screen. I really, again, thank you for giving me your time. And you have been, we haven't talked much, but the couple times that I called, you're still responsive. I really appreciate that. But what I'm going to ask you to do, if you don't mind, is to just take 30 seconds. We're not going to do community questions and answers, but I want you to take 30 seconds and just kind of speak to the heart of the people who are watching this broadcast. A lot of people was on that journey with you. People contributed to your campaign, and people probably didn't know what was going on, and they got a good feel today. So if you could just speak to them for 30 seconds, I'll come back, and then we're going to wrap this up. Is that okay?
Okay.
Man, House, you got the floor. 30 seconds.
Right. So I'll take my 30 seconds to say thank you to the residents of this great community for giving myself and my colleagues on the board the opportunity to serve, well, for me to serve and for them to continue to serve. We're going to continue to work hard daily to make sure that we make our community proud. We want everybody to be included, uplift one another, and really just show our best side. That's our message. We said we're changing the narrative. I feel that narrative has been changed, is ever changing, and is ever changing for the better. As a resident for over 30 years of my life, I know what our community was, and I know it can be even better, and it will be, and that's our mission and our mantra. So, as we always say, Dalton United. Because I can't get the response back, I'll do the beginning and the intro, the end. I'll ask people to say. So when you hear us say that out in the public, You gotta. I need to respond. Okay, you can join in there. Come on, Dalton United, JDU.
What happened to Dalton Rising? Y'all
What
just
happened to
trashed
Dalton Rising?
our little. No, I'm just playing. DU.
See, you trying to stop us from being united. That's what I mean.
Damn y'all, damn you for changing my
See,
damn hashtag. Damn you. See?
I know how to get you off the out of the background.
I think that's one other thing that just came to my mind, and obviously it's still fresh. You're loving being the mayor, you're doing the job, but is there like just down the line? Is is there is there any thoughts of ever going to higher office beyond Dalton? I think you're a great guy.
No. My position is that I just became mayor. I'm going to focus all my time and energy on being the best mayor that I possibly can be. I would have to earn the right. I feel like as a trustee, I did a good enough job. I was grateful for the support of my peers. So I earned the right to go after the mayor seat. And similarly, I work in the same vein. As a mayor, I'm a rookie mayor, learning the ropes still, doing the best that I can. And I need to earn the right before I can even consider or look at anything like that. And I need to build up a resume that will support it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest mayor of the village of Dalton, Mayor Jason House. Again, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you have an amazing day. We're praying for you and we're rooting for
Thank you. I appreciate
you. Wowzers, y'all. That was so cool. That was so cool. And I feel so great about it. That is what it's all about. And I feel that our research has also upheld that I think that Mayor Jason House is doing a great job reeling the community in from some of the bad turmoil or what some will be considered to be the dark days. And I believe that the future is bright and that the path is clear. And I would encourage everybody that's able to please wrap your arms around this new administration and lend them your helping hand. In civics, we learn that our politicians are representatives of us. They're not supposed to do the job without us sitting at the table, helping them understand our heartbeats for the quality of life we want to live. That was great, wasn't it? Well, with that being said, I hope that something was said on here that added value to your life. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. And again, side note, Shay, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Minion. You've never helped me with anything. Um, I hate to do that on this interview, but it's a direct response to what I saw. It's amazing to watch people talk and they are thinking that you're talking about them and you're not. I just can't help it. I got to be very transparent. I told you I did this. I just know I didn't spend 30 minutes watching your broadcast. It's all funny to me. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're now working hard to get the mayor of Harvey back on this screen because we're going to talk to him now that I have been in advocacy in the city of Harvey. I want to see if we can get the man at the CEO seat of Harvey to come back on and talk to us again about what it's been like since I've been there. He's not said much. And I kind of want to ask him some questions. But yes, I think that this was a great interview. If you agree, please put a 5 in the chat. I would like to see that. If you don't think that it was a good interview, I want you to put a 2 in the chat. And we are going to, I just want to see y'all opinions. And then I'm going to give you guys the last of my announcements. And then we're going to get off of here. 5 if you thought it was good, 2 if you don't. It just literally says something to me about the caliber of a man with the way he answered those questions and how he tried to make sure he stayed always on collaborative, conciliatory, upward mobility responses in the best interest of his community. That was phenomenal. Seeing no tools, that means to me that you all are pleased, and I am so honored that I had this opportunity. And I'll end this saying this: if you have not decided to become a member of If you've not decided to become a member for the culture, then you should consider doing that. We're trying to get to 100 people so that we can launch it and then build on a national scale. And later today, you may see me back on here as we're going to be moving around through the hood of Washington, D.C. to see the impact and the presence of the National Guard here. And then we will be leaving here tomorrow morning, and I'll be dealing with some things that I'll come to tell y'all about later. But again, please pray for me. Tonight will be much different, I'm sure, than yesterday, because we're going to be going in some of the most challenging areas to see if we see that. Now, if I get there and they're not there like they were not down by the White House, then that means that I got to deal with the neighborhood by myself. And this ain't my land. I don't know nobody, but it's not no problem because I'm not worried. I just thought that was funny to say. Again, hope something was said to add value to your life, my For the Culture family. Get, give, love, and live. Reclaim your crown. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. And I was so happy to play our old intro. So with that being said, I'm gonna just do this, not as pun, but I'm gonna do this. Just kind of sort of wait. I want to do this just kind of sort of as a just a memory thing.
Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You finna be long-winded?
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You finna be long-winded? So I just want y'all to see it for what it is, but I'm just sick and tired of the fake news. And that's all I'm trying to show the public, educate the public on fake news. Do your research before you guys start tuning into the dumb stuff.
Yo. Can I get in on this? I want another 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming. This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming. And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style. Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gon' investigate an advocate, holding it down. And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You're smiling in Jed's face. Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see. Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power. So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. Yeah.